The story of the lost wallet continues, part 2. Sam turned. His little sister stood there, hair in a messy ponytail, wearing a t-shirt with a blue star. She carried a small bag with crayons. Grandma Lee, moving slower, came up behind her. "Maya," Sam said, "what are you doing here?" "Grandma and I came to buy milk," Maya said. "I looked at the candy, the red candy and the green candy. I was deciding, and I saw a boy take the jar. He put it in his bag." She looked serious. "He did not pay." The officer crouched down to her level. "You have very good eyes. Can you tell me what he looked like?" Maya drew a quick picture in the air, like she was sketching a face in front of her. "He had a black cap. The cap had a tiny white bird. He wore a hoodie, dark, maybe blue. He had a small scar near his lip. He walked fast like he was late for something." Everyone was quiet for a second. It was a lot of details. Grandma Lee put a hand on Maya's shoulder. "She notices things," Grandma said, smiling gently. "She likes stories. She tells me the story of every person she sees." "Which way did he go?" the officer asked. Maya pointed down the side street. "That way." Toward the park with the big tree, the officers thanked her and moved toward their car. Mr. Kim looked at Maya like she had brought back sunlight. "You are brave," he said. Maya nodded. "I like the bell," she said simply. "I want the store to be happy again." Grandma Lee patted Sam's arm. "We'll get the milk," she said. "You help where you can." Her eyes were kind and knowing. Sam felt steady again. Sam and Jordan followed the officers at a distance. The side street was narrow, lined with garages and trash cans. A cat slept in the shade of a broken chair. Near the park, children were pushing each other on swings. A woman with a stroller watched them carefully. "Black cap, white bird," Jordan said, scanning faces. "Scar near the lip." That specific Sam spotted a boy near the basketball court. He wore a dark hoodie and a black cap with a tiny white logo. Not a bird, but something like a wing. He sat alone on the bench, head down, bag by his feet. He looked younger than Sam, maybe 13 or 14. His shoes were new, but his expression was old. The officers approached calmly, not fast, not slow. One sat on the bench's far end. The other stood a few steps away. "Son," the officer said, "can we talk for a minute?" The boy looked up. His eyes were sharp and tired. There was a small scar near his lip. Jordan's hand touched Sam's sleeve, and Sam realized he had been holding his breath. They could not hear the words from where they stood, but they saw the motions. The boy shook his head. The officer spoke gently. The boy looked at the ground. The other officer nodded at the bag. Slowly, reluctantly, the boy opened the bag. He pulled out a glass jar with a lid. Inside there were bills and coins. The label on the jar was a little crooked. Even from where they stood, Sam could read it. "Tips." "Thank you." The boy's shoulders drooped. The officers spoke to him for a long time. They did not shout. They asked questions. The boy answered in short sentences. Then one officer took the jar. The other made a call. The boy did not run. After a while, Mr. Kim arrived, walking with a quick, worried step. The officers gave him the jar. He looked inside and sighed with relief. He looked at the boy too, not with anger, but with a tired sadness, like a teacher who has seen the same mistake many times. The boy tried to look tough, but his mouth trembled. He wiped his cheek with the back of his hand. Mr. Kim said something. The boy nodded. The officers nodded. No handcuffs, no shouting. Just a plan, perhaps a warning, perhaps a promise to apologize and to return the money. Sam could not hear the details, but he could feel the tone. It was a tone that said, "This is wrong, but you can still choose a better way." Sam let out the breath he had been holding. The world around the park seemed to deepen in color. The leaves were greener. The sky was wider. They walked back together, the little group. The two officers, Mr. Kim with the jar, the boy with his empty bag, and Sam and Jordan at a distance. At the corner store, the bell rang again, and this time the sound felt like a circle closing. Inside, Maya stood near the candy again, studying red and green with scientific focus. Grandma Lee held the milk. Mr. Kim set the jar back on the counter. He faced the boy. The boy stared at his shoes. "I'm sorry," the boy said, the words small but real. Mr. Kim nodded. "I accept your apology," he said, "but you must do more than say sorry. You must learn something from today." The boy swallowed. "Come here after school for a week," Mr. Kim said. "Help me stock shelves. Sweep the floor. I will not pay you. You will pay back the time you took from me." The boy looked up, surprised. "You're not calling my parents?" "I will if I must," Mr. Kim said, "but I would rather give you a chance to fix your mistake first. You are young. You can still decide who you want to be." The boy nodded quickly, almost too quickly. "I'll come," he said. Mr. Kim put out his hand. The boy shook it. The officers looked at each other and then at Mr. Kim. One of them smiled. "That's a fair solution," he said. "We'll check in." After they left, the store felt lighter. The bell sounded happy again when a woman came in to buy oranges. Maya finally chose the red candy. Grandma Lee paid for the milk and the candy. She looked at Sam and Jordan. "You did good work," she said. "We did small things," Sam said. "Small things make strong days," Grandma said. "Start simple. End strong," Sam thought. The day went on. Sam helped Mr. Kim carry boxes from the back room to the front. Jordan taped a new sign to the window. "Be kind, be honest, be part of the neighborhood." Maya drew a tiny bell in the corner of the sign. Grandma Lee sat on a chair near the counter and told a story about when she was young and worked in a library where people whispered their secrets between the pages of books. Mr. Kim told Sam something in a quiet voice while they arranged bottles of iced tea. "The wallet you found this morning belonged to my brother," he said. "We live in the same building. He was visiting early to bring me something. He must have dropped it after he left the store." Sam blinked. "Your brother?" Mr. Kim nodded. "He and I share the same last name, of course, and the same worry lines." He smiled. "I called him when the officers were here. He told me about you boys. He wanted me to thank you again." Sam felt a warm spark in his chest. The world was full of circles today. A wallet dropped, a jar taken, a jar returned, a boy given a chance. He felt like he was watching a set of doors open and close, and in every doorway there was a choice. Sam walked home with Maya and Grandma Lee while the sun made long shadows on the sidewalk. The sky was the color of ripe peaches. Windows glowed. People laughed on porches. A dog barked 3 times, then fell quiet, as if answering a question only it could hear. Maya skipped ahead, eating her red candy slowly, like it held a secret that would last forever if she did not bite too hard. "At the store," Sam said to Grandma, "I almost kept the wallet." "For 1 second. Maybe 2. Grandma nodded. "For 1 second, she said. "Everyone has a story they might step into." "You chose the better story," Sam looked at her. "What does that mean?" "It means you told yourself a story where you are honest," Grandma said. "And then you lived inside that story. That is how people become who they are." Sam thought about that as they turned onto their street. He thought about Mr. Kim's calm eyes. He thought about the boy with the scar near his lip. He thought about the quiet heaviness when the jar was gone and the lightness when it came back. He remembered the photo in the wallet, the little girl and the woman with kind eyes. He would never meet them, maybe. But for a moment their lives had touched his, like two birds crossing paths in the sky. At home they ate dinner at the small table near the window. Rice, chicken, and cucumber salad. Grandma told another library story. Maya described, in deep detail, the difference between red candy and green candy and how the bell at Mr. Kim's place sounded different when the door opened fast and when it opened slow. After dinner, Sam went to his room. He sat on the edge of his bed and held the small card from Daniel Kim's repair shop. "Discount for life," Mr. Kim had said. Sam smiled. He opened his desk drawer and put the card inside, in a small box where he kept things that felt like lucky stones. He turned off the light and lay down. The sky outside was dark now, with a few stars. He listened to the house, the soft sounds of night, the gentle breath of people he loved. He felt something he could not name at first. Then he found the words. He felt strong, not because he had lifted weights, not because he had run fast, not because he had beaten someone at a game. He felt strong because he had faced a choice and had chosen the better story. He closed his eyes. The day replayed in small scenes. The smile of Mr. Kim when he held the wallet. The slow nod of the officers when the jar was returned. The steady hand of his grandmother on Maya's shoulder. Jordan's grin. The bell. The bell. The happy bell. Sunday morning, Sam woke up again before his alarm. He stretched. The light was gentle. He felt ready. He found a piece of paper and a pen. He wrote a note. To Mr. Kim, thank you for trusting people. Thank you for giving chances. Sam. He folded the note and put it in his hoodie pocket. He walked back to the corner store. The bell rang bright. Mr. Kim looked up and smiled. "Good morning." "Good morning," Sam said. He handed over the note. Mr. Kim read it and nodded, eyes warm. "Thank you," Mr. Kim said, "for your note. For yesterday. For being part of the neighborhood." Sam bought a bottle of water and, with his change, put $2 in the tip jar. He tapped the glass lightly and listened to the soft ring it made. He left the store and stepped into the day. The street was the same as yesterday and not the same at all. On his way home, Sam passed the park. The boy with the scar sat on the bench again, but this time he wasn't alone. He sat with Jordan. They were talking quietly. Jordan waved Sam over. "Hey," Jordan said, "this is Eli." The boy nodded, nervous. He held his cap in his hands. He looked smaller without it. "Eli starts after school work at the store tomorrow," Jordan said. "We were talking about music. He likes old hip-hop. I told him you play a little guitar." "I play badly," Sam said. Eli's mouth twitched, like a small smile was trying to grow. "Bad is better than nothing," he said. Sam laughed. "True." There was a simple silence, the kind of silence that is not empty, but waiting politely for the next sentence. "Do you want to come over?" Sam asked. The words surprised him a little, but they felt right. "I have an extra practice guitar. It's not good, but it makes noise." Eli looked at him, eyes uncertain. Then he nodded. "Okay," he said. If it's not trouble, it's not trouble, Sam said. They walked together, three boys, all the same height and not the same at all. The sun climbed a little higher. The day opened more doors. At home, Grandma raised her eyebrows but smiled when she saw the two extra boys. Maya recognized Eli and nodded seriously, like she was welcoming a character back into a book she liked. She offered him a crayon, then remembered that he was too old for crayons and quickly offered him a cookie instead. Eli took it carefully like it might break. They played simple chords on the old guitar. C, G, A, M, F. The same pattern again and again. It sounded wrong at first, then almost right, then sweet in a fragile way, like a new path worn into grass by careful steps. Eli relaxed. He made a joke. Jordan laughed too hard. Sam laughed just enough. When they took a break, Sam looked at Eli and asked, "Why did you take the jar?" Eli stared at his hands. "I don't know," he said. Then he sighed. "No, that's not true. I was scared. My brother needed help with a school fee. I didn't know how to ask anyone. It felt like the world was a door that kept closing. I thought maybe I can push it open for 1 second, but I pushed the wrong door." Sam nodded. "You're fixing it now." "Maybe," Eli said. "I will try." "That's all anyone can do," Jordan said. They played more chords. The afternoon turned to gold weeks past. Eli showed up at the store every day after school. He worked hard. He apologized to customers when he made mistakes and thanked them when he didn't. Mr. Kim taught him how to stack cans so the labels faced the same way, and how to sweep slowly so the dust had time to understand it was supposed to leave. Sam visited often, Jordan too. Maya checked the candy like a scientist and gave weekly reports on the bell's mood. She said it was happy, very happy. One Friday, Daniel Kim, the man whose wallet Sam had found, fixed Jordan's phone screen and refused to take money for it. "Discount for life," he reminded them, smiling, "and today even more." They all laughed. Grandma Lee brought cookies sometimes and stories always. She told Eli one about a boy who thought he was stuck in a bad story until he learned to turn the page. Eli listened. He turned the page. On a calm evening, Sam sat on his bed with the window open. The streetlight sprinkled soft gold on the floor. He looked at the small box in his drawer. Inside were a few things: a lucky coin from a carnival, a paper star Maya had folded, and the repair shop card. He added one more item, a tiny bell charm he had bought at the craft store. It was round and simple. When he moved the box, it made a gentle sound. He smiled. There was no parade for what they had done, no news story, no big speech. But the neighborhood felt different, lighter, like a room after someone has opened a window. Sam realized something. Good choices are not loud. They are steady. They are like a bell that rings every time a door opens, quietly reminding you that you are entering or leaving a place, and that how you do it matters. He lay back and listened to the night. Somewhere far away, a train passed. Near his window, a moth tapped the glass, curious about the light. Sam whispered to himself, "Start simple. End strong." He closed his eyes. The next morning, Sam wrote a short map for himself on a sticky note and put it on his wall. 1. See what is true. A wallet on the ground. A jar missing. A boy who needs help. 2. Ask the better question. What is the right story to live in? 3. Choose the better story. Return it. Tell the truth. Offer a hand. 4. Do it again tomorrow. Small bells. Open doors. He looked at the note and felt calm. He knew he would face hard choices again. He knew the small voice might return and say, keep it. He knew fear might return and say, run. But he also knew that he could answer with a stronger voice, a voice that sounded like his own, and like Grandma's stories, and like the clear bell at Mr. Kim's place. He could answer, no. We start simple, we end strong, and so he did.